What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite elderberry swag for life, and I thank you for joining me today. You know, I always like to start my videos by saying if you like what I had to say, please hit that like button, and if you're not a subscriber, consider hitting that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me. So, what do I want to discuss today? Well, there has been some changes for good old swag, and I came here because I wanted to talk about it, and I've got some exciting news, and I wanted to share it all with you, and I don't know, maybe some interests will be piqued. So here we go. So as you know, I have been very critical of my experience with the bear community. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I've met a lot of great people talking about it, but it's also really tiring. I mean, you can see some of my past videos and you know kind of the heat that I've gotten and you know, my frustration and things of that nature. And it can be a lot to bear. So I'm just it's a work it's a work in progress, but it's a lot of work to say the least. So I met a great group of guys. Shout out to the House of Purr. That's our little salute there. But we're in a Discord server and we were talking about some problematic stuff that we've seen online. And you know, I sat there and I thought to myself, why do I keep wanting to fight for advocacy? Why do I want to advocate for this group that just is not going to ever really take full accountability for their actions and the way that they handle things? And somebody in the group said, well, we should make our own spaces. Now I'm going to tell you, I've heard that in the past, and every time I hear it, it never really sat right with me, because my thing was, well, that doesn't really solve the problem. It solves the problem for me, but it still exists. A great analogy for that is, you know, if you skin your knee, yeah, you can take some pain medication to make you feel better, but the wound is still there. It's not really going away. Well, it will go away, but you get the idea. It doesn't really address the problem. And so that's kind of the way I've always looked at the creating our own spaces solution to the problem. But the more I thought about it, the more it started to be like, you know what? Maybe the answer has been right in front of me all along. It's really interesting because I had this discussion with somebody and I was saying that I felt like I was Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. You know, I'm trying to find my way home, and you know, I have to go through this amazing journey and be almost unalived and you know, all this other stuff, and then come to find out I had the power to go home all along. That's kind of how I feel this journey has been for me, that like the answer has always been right there, but I think I had to go through, you know, all the videos that I've done and all the discussions that I've had, and you know, the trolls that I've had to deal with and the frustration to realize, like, you know what, the answer has been right there all along. You just weren't ready, I guess, to receive that answer. And so I went to TikTok and I made a video, and if you guys would like to see it, we can go ahead and take a look at it. Yeah, here it is right here. So it's your favorite elderberry swag for life. So I have an announcement to make. It's probably going to make some people happy, but stick around to the end. I promise you it's worth it. I started TikTok with one goal, and that was to be an advocate of change for the bear community. And the reason I say that is because I had had some experiences that I felt like sharing and thought that that would help advocate for change. That, you know, the bear community needs more diversity and inclusion. But there have been some toxic individuals who have hurled insults my way and accusations, and you know, it's becoming paramount to trying to fit a round peg in a square hole. So I've decided that, you know what, I'm done with them. And I had that epiphany today because of the conversation that I had with an amazing group of individuals. Shout out to the House of Purr. We were talking about some of the toxic stuff that we see on this app from the bear community, and I had just said, why do I want to keep advocating for this group that just refuses to hold its own members accountable? And somebody said, we should just kind of create our own space. I've heard that argument in the past, and I've always discounted it because it doesn't really address the problem. It lets the bear community be what it is. But I decided, the more and the more I hear create our own spaces, the more and more I like that, because that's exactly what I have with this group. The House of Purr is an amazing group of individuals. We are diverse, we are inclusive, we celebrate each other's wins, we respect each other, we hold each other accountable, which is what I've wanted from the bear community. So I've decided I'm adopting them as the community that I identify with, and I'm very happy with that choice. But bear community, make no mistake about it. If you think you're gonna get away with this stuff and you're not ever gonna hear from me again, then sad to say, that's not gonna be the case. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I have decided that I am a bear. I'm my own bear in my own right. I just don't need to be defined by you. I don't need to be accepted by you, and I don't need membership in your exclusive little club anymore to know who I am and what I'm about. I'm about diversity and inclusion, and I'm still going to fight that fight. And I'm still going to call you out on the toxic stuff that I see you do, and I'm still going to advocate for change within your ranks, because it's sorely needed. So you may think you have silenced me, and you may think you have insulted me, and you may think you have beaten me at my own game. But at the end of the day, I'm going to win the war. So buckle up, boys, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. I just decided, I'm done with them. I'm tired of trying to get people to see my point of view. Not to say that people aren't seeing my point of view. I definitely have met some amazing people. I have changed some people's impressions, and I have won some people's hearts. Everyone else not so much, but I never thought that I alone would be able to solve this problem. I mean, there's a lot of us out there who are advocating for this, and so I'm just one of many. So but I think I've done all that I can do with them, and I literally am. I'm basically done with it. But so fast forward a day or two, I really am like celebrating this liberation from, trying to be this advocate and doing whatnot. And then something else happened on TikTok, and I'm telling you, I'm addicted to this thing. It's really crazy. But so I saw a video, and I'm gonna show you. I don't want to show you. I want to show you what I stitched, but I guess once you watch it, you'll kind of understand where I'm coming from. I'm going to kind of stop it before it gets all the way through, because I kind of want to explain something before I let you watch the whole thing. So let's watch this for a second. As a matter of fact, let's pause it. Let me go back. Let's go back. Okay, so as you can see, I'm sorry this is in the way. I don't know why it's there. But it says hosted non-relatable male bodies in Cincinnati, Ohio. And oh gosh, I'm sorry. I'm sitting here talking like you guys can see, and you can't see a thing. So let me start over. I do apologize for that. Let's start over. So as you can see down at the bottom, it says hosted non-relatable males bodies in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, and I'll stop it right there. And let's come back to the screen. I apologize. I forgot I had not flipped it over, but so as you can see, there's something lacking there, and if you know me and you know what I've been talking about, then you already know what's lacking. I don't think I really even need to say it. It's kind of prevalent there. And it took me right back to, but I'm done with this. Why am I bothered by it? Why does this bother me? And I'm going to be honest with you. At first I was going to be like, okay, well, I had said, I'm still going to call out stuff that I see. So I'm sitting there thinking like, well, I can still call this out. I can still call this out for being problematic. And I did that. And I'm telling you, this is no lie. I had my finger getting ready to hit the post button and something stopped me and said, wait a minute. Not too long ago, you just had said you were about creating your own spaces. So why you get ready to call this guy out for something that you see as being wrong, knowing that it probably won't go anywhere? And it probably wouldn't have gone anywhere. As a matter of fact, some people did kind of point out the lack of diversity there, and the content creator's response was, well, you're not looking closely enough. And I say this because I thought it was really funny. I noticed one of the comments in there said, well, if I got to look up your 23andMe to figure out who's black and who's not, then yeah. And he was right. It's like, it wasn't that obvious to me. And not to say that there wasn't, but let's just be honest. There's a certain aesthetic that is pleasing, and it's not this. It never has been this. Not unless we're being fetishized, and I don't dig that either. But like I said, I almost had my finger on the post button, and then I stopped myself and I said, wait a minute. I'm like, let's think about this for a second. And I'm thinking, how can I address this in a way that releases me from the confines of, demanding change all the time, but yet creates our own space? And it hit me. I said, you know what? And I did. I had an epiphany in that moment. I said, I know exactly what I'm going to do. So let me make sure I hit this button this time, because I don't want to forget that I hit it. And I'm going to start the video over, and I want you guys to listen to what my revelation was in viewing this. I think I now know what I want to do going forward. If you remember, it wasn't that long ago that I said that I was done with the bear community and that I'm now about creating our own spaces. And now I think I know what kind of space I want to create. For those of you who don't know, I am an amateur photographer. Am I great at it? No, but with practice I can get better. And I think I now know what I want to start taking pictures of, because there's something sorely lacking to my eye, and I just want to fill the world with more of that. No hate to this creator. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying that for myself, I need to see more, and I'm just not seeing it from a lot of people. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. So I had a thought. I said, you know what? This is what I want to do. I'm an amateur photographer. I mean, God knows I got enough equipment in this place that like I could probably run a studio if I wanted to. But photography is something that I've always been interested in, and I credit that with my uncle, because he got into photography, and it was something that I was interested in. I always liked the images that he came up with, and so I dabbled in it, but I wasn't as serious as he was. But I know some stuff, and I've done some work with my family, and So it occurred to me that why am I going to go to this creator and demand and insist on diversity and inclusion and, you know, be thrown a bone or be talked down to and told that, you know, well, you know, this is what I like and da 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 da. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So, that's my plan. Is that I want to start, and it's funny because I never really knew what I wanted to take pictures of. To be honest with you, I thought I was more of a scenic kind of person, you know, like scenes and like mountains and trees and things like that. But the thought of photographing people, especially diverse people, is appealing to me. And it's funny because I made a response video today, and I got kind of a thought in my head, and I want to somehow use this when I roll this project out, you know, because the gay community, we're all about the rainbow. You know, that's our symbol. That's our, you know, that's our sign, about supposedly the diversity that we have in our community. And I said today, for a community that loves to celebrate the rainbow, why is it only that we want to paint with just one color? And I felt like that was a really powerful statement to make, because I kind of feel like that's true. You know, we constantly are seeing, we constantly see the same images of the same people all the time. And I get it, you know, they're the forefront and all that, but they couldn't have done it without all of us. So why is that they get to be the face of the community, but then they depend on us to do all the work? And to be quite frank with you, I'm tired of asking for permission to exist. And I said that today in one of my other TikToks. I said, you know, I feel like when I'm asking people, where's the diversity? Where's the, you know, why is this so homogeneous? Why is it always just one color that you always want to show us? I feel like I'm asking for permission to exist. And I don't think anybody should have to ask for permission to exist. We all exist. From the lightest of the lights to the darkest of the darks and every hue in between, we're here. And I want those of us who have been in the back to start to come to the front and be in the light. And so that's what I want to do. So that's what this project is going to be about. I'm setting out to capture images of, you know, queer, gay, non-binary, you know, women, men, what have you. I want to capture it all, and I want to put it on film, and I want to try to somehow display it so that everybody can see how beautiful this community is with all the colors of the rainbow that are represented in that flag, not just the one that you keep wanting to show us all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, this is going to be an undertaking, because, you know, I don't know who I'm gonna take pictures of, but I will say this: since I made that video, a lot of people have said I'd model for you. I'd love to be a model for you. I've been told I'd get help with my photography. I've been told I'll be a model for you. I've gotten leads on groups who I might be able to collab with. The response has just been really incredible, and I couldn't be happier. And so that is the next phase of this, is trying to put together some sort of plan to get models or visit or collab with groups and get these images and put them out there so that people can enjoy them and just see that, like, this is what you guys are missing out on. This is what you're missing out on by not including us. Now, again, I'm not an expert. I'm not, Annie Leibovitz. I'm no like superstar photographer or anything like that. So I'm gonna be honest. The images may not be like the best in the world, but I figure the more I do it, the better I'll get at it, and I'll be able to try some different shooting techniques, different scenery, different lighting, maybe do some black and white photos, just really try to step out of what I'm normally doing, which is catching people like this with their mouth open and really capture some beautiful images that people can be proud of. And I'm not planning on charging anybody right now, because again, I'm no expert, I'm no professional, but I don't know where that will lead. But I'm certainly not gonna like ask people to model for me and say, okay, that'll be $50 now. But in the same regard, please don't ask me for any money right now, because like I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I'm funding this whole thing myself. So yeah, it's gonna be a shoestring budget. So yeah, we can't go too far with it. But I definitely wanted to put it out there, and I want to create avenues so that people can get in touch with me who want to be a part of this project. I'm still trying to come up with the name of it, but I'm really kind of drawn to the other colors of the rainbow. That kind of appeals to me, because it's kind of like I said before. It seems like our community is centered around a certain aesthetic, and there's just so many other colors and hues and sizes and shapes and expressions that I think are waiting to be discovered. And I hope to do that. So I'm kind of drawn to that. If you've got any ideas for what to call the project, I'll be more than happy to listen to them. But I'm kind of drawn to the other colors of the rainbow. That kind of is speaking to me right now. But we'll see. But I definitely will make more of these videos to kind of give you all an update as to how I'm gonna roll things out. If I have any travel plan, if you happen to be in the area where I travel, I'd love to set something up where maybe I can meet some people, have discussions about what it is we want to do. I'm also thinking about, I have a Discord server that's just sitting there and it's not being used. So I'm also thinking about kind of rolling out invitations to my Discord server, so that people who are interested in the project have a way to, collab with me. We have a meeting space where we can kind of talk about stuff. People can post ideas. People can submit, shots of themselves that maybe want to be a part of the project. Or maybe I can take images that people have already shot and somehow use them as part of the project. So, I'm just thinking of a lot of things, and trust me, this is all new. So I don't have everything in concrete just yet, but I feel like as time progresses, I will get more of a plan together and have, a standardized way of how I want to do everything and meet people and whatnot. So, but that's the plan. So, I will post, links and things, in my comments, so that people can get in contact with me. And of course you can leave comments here, if you're interested or, want to contribute in some kind of way, shape or fashion. But I'm really excited about this, and I really hope that, all of you will join me on this journey and see where this can go. Again, no professional, not the best in the world, but, people have always said practice makes perfect. So, I plan to do a lot of practicing, to make this perfect for you all. But, anyway, thank you all so much for listening to me. I'm glad to have shared this with you. And again, I'm very excited about where this project is going to go. And again, like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm, as a good friend of mine used to say. And I will see you in the next video. So take care, everybody.